Well, for a start, some teach that the major difference that will always remain is that AI doesn't or can't have an opinion. Although sometimes I do ask questions where it comes back very intuitive for sure, but sometimes opinionated. It sounds opinionated anyway.
Yeah.
But the way I get around it is that I ask it like a double-sided question. Give me good and bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want it to agree with me. I'm trying to think if I ever have that kind of conversation with it to ask for an opinion in a way. Although I think sometimes like, what
it's
do you
not
think?
really an opinion. It's you've given me a piece of information.
Yeah.
I would like to put forward this piece of information because it feels right for me. However, and let's use social media as an example. You are my social media expert. If I write that, I don't know, if say I'm writing a post and I want a hook,
Yeah.
right? Because everyone needs an opening hook to
Yes.
their social media post. That doesn't sound like me, but as a social media expert, should I use that hook or should I be more authentic to me because you know my voice?
Well, you should always be more authentic because people will pick up on it.
Right. And then we have that, and it's not, and it sounds bizarre having a conversation.
No, you are having a
but
conversation.
I'm having a conversation with it. But it was more I was doing it to challenge AI to say, you know, to understand or to listen to what my daughter had said to me about it being narcissistic, which I think is ludicrous.
I'm trying to sort of figure that out because
it's trying to be nice to you. So it's feeding you all these nice things, but actually it might be leading you down the wrong path.
Okay.
I think that was her view. That was her view on it. That was her view. But I think interesting, going back to your question about do I coach people who are starting their businesses? Do I have that pleasure? I have coached a woman who was starting a business and then realised that it wasn't the right thing for her.
Well, running a business or the topic that she chose?
She was changing her line of business and was trying something new and literally felt like a kid going back to school again. It just didn't feel right for her. She felt almost frightened to walk in every day. Oh, wow. She was doing some training. And then when she created this business and set it up in a retail environment, she still felt it wasn't right for her and then came back and said to me, I've decided I'm not going to do this. I'm going to go back to what I was doing. And I said, that's probably the bravest thing you've ever done. Because to understand...
To turn away, cut your losses early.
But to understand what works for you. She wasn't enjoying it. That's so much more powerful than somebody who's running a business, had a passion for it, and is now sinking underneath everything, can't cope, and it isn't doing the stuff that lights them up. Because I think you're never going to, if you're in a business and you're running it for 5 years, just say it's 5 years now, and you're sinking because you're not doing what you set out to do. You had a joy and a purpose as to why you set up that business, and that light's being dimmed. You know, the purpose is bring back that light. What can you do? And make sure that you use that as your driver to get the stuff done that you don't really want to get done.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole concept is so interesting because we are all so talking about building businesses and stepping out of the doer kind of role into the leader kind of role. But then at what point do we actually lose the tasks of what we wanted to do, what we set out to do, if we wanted to scale our business? And when does the soul kind of go out of it? Or how much do we keep ourselves in it?
I think it's about reflection. I think it's about making sure that you build in some reflective time in your week. So at the end of every week, look back on your week and look at what you've achieved. Look at things that you've enjoyed, that you've done. Look at the things that have made you feel low, down, or stressed out. And then take those things that have created a negative impact on you and think, how can I move into my next week and recreate that in a different way?
Okay.